Yeah, we're rolling. The world needs a hero, and that hero is two heroes, Movie Goblins.
Oh! Yeah, Brett's gone.
Brett's out of here.
He left.
He's on to bigger and better things.
Yo Gabba Gabba.
Yo Gabba Gabba.
He left us behind long ago.
Please, it's Paw Patrol.
Oh.
You fucking troglodyte. Oh no! What have I done? I've hurt the bearded Pillsbury Doughboy's feelings. It's a good thing because I don't know. He's very funny and he
fat.
I'm like what am I? No, really like Siskel and Ebert. I swear, in terms of like physical stature, you know.
Okay. So I'm the fat one.
Yeah, if you want to say it, if you want to put it that way. I mean, you said it.
What else? What other way is there to put it?
Because he's a funny guy and he says,
Does he?
Yeah, he push on his... No.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Ebert.
No, Roger Ebert is just like talking about how he doesn't like Predator or something. And like Siskel is like, are you sure about that, Roger? And he pokes him in the stomach. He's like, oh my God, Gene, stop.
Stop it.
Friday the 13th, another immoral, reprehensible piece of trash. Oh, Gene, you're taking yourself too seriously. Stop. I do remember.
I would give my soul to see that. Actually,
I do remember when
AI people get on. Actually, no.
No, they need to do like AI voices of Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert.
No.
Oh, okay.
Let's not promote AI. Right. As much as it is.
Yeah, as much as it can bring
AI
humorous.
People, fuck
it can bring like humorous. If it's not taken seriously, it can make
if it's
humorous
obviously
results.
Really bad.
If it's to synthesize like people's voices, certain people's voices, I'm like the whole like president's tier list thing. I think is pretty funny, you know. That one's pretty funny where it's like Joe Biden, Trump, and Obama ranking things. You know,
I think
that's pretty funny. And there's a certain YouTube channel that does like. That takes excerpts from probably like not my favorite book of all time because I'm pretty sure I haven't discovered that yet. But like my favorite book right now, the one I've read for fun for the first time in like ages. You know, Sim of Speculation.
The Bible?
Yeah, great story. Terrible fan base. And they take excerpts from Sim of Speculation and like make it like read by like
Tarantino.
The voice of Tarantino, but it's not actually Tarantino.
Right,
it's an AI voice. Yeah. And they do like a whole video essay about it, where it's like,
I'm surprised he hasn't had like an.
He
did. Have it as an audiobook yet.
He did the voice for the audiobook, the first and last chapters of his.
That's
book.
Annoying.
Yeah, isn't that annoying? Because you want to be the whole thing to be him, right? So it's like
I don't want.
I don't want his words to be said by someone. It was a good, fine guy that got to do it, but like whatever.
It's just like Morgan Freeman or something.
Oh yeah.
It's like Morgan Freeman reading.
It's like, and then the hillbillies fuck Ned Beatty in the ass.
Is that an actual quote from the book?
From the book, or like something close to it. He relayed.
I gotta read that book.
He made. Oh, yeah, it's a great book. He made the analogy.
I have it. I just haven't read it yet.
He made the analogy that like Martin Scorsese through Taxi Driver in the build up to the climax is like him jerking the audience off until like the eventual like ejaculation.
Okay.
You know, I see it. I see it.
I can see the semen in that.
That was my favorite part in the book, so I highlighted it. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no. I actually Well, how about this? I read I'm still reading certain stuff. I'm reading a book from a guy who a friend of mine who's a published author, so I'm getting through that. I'm just reading as many books I'm just trying to finish.
You're trying to be a nerd, basically.
I'm trying to finish something, you know.
That's like a really sad way to put it. I'm trying to finish something.
I'm trying to finish something, if it's even a book, you know. I'm just trying to finish
if it's a
book.
nerdy paper book. I gotta finish something.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like it so far. It's like a vampire in the 70s in Memphis.
What's it called? And say the author so our audience can read it.
I'm not.
You gotta promote your friend's
I'm gonna
work.
promote it. Okay. It's called Blood Groove by Alex Bledsoe.
Bledsoe?
It's pretty cool. It's a pretty badass last name, if I say so myself.
It sounds like a vampire name.
Yeah, seriously, doesn't it? He's like, I feel like he's born to write vampire tales, you know? And so...
Personally, I was born to write fan fiction of my favorite
Sonic?
No, of Naruto.
Oh, Naruto, okay.
Naruto X Hinata for life, Naruhina for life.
My favorite character growing up was always Don't Judge Me, Gaara.
No, he's a great character.
I thought he was pretty cool.
He's a cool character.
I like the fact that he has no. Rock Lee's
the shit.
Rock Lee, like until I matured and realized that Rock Lee is my favorite.
Rock Lee is the 3 best characters in the show for me as a moderate fan.
You're a seasoned Naruto fan. I've only seen like a few episodes.
Sure, if you want to put it that.
Yeah, sure.
I like Naruto because he has the most character development. Rock Lee and
Guy Might.
Hinata.
Oh, okay, gotcha. No,
personally,
she's sweet. I like it.
People are upset that if you're mad about them getting married at the end, go fuck yourself.
That's literally the whole thing that everybody wanted, you know?
Well,
it's like, and Naruto's a fucking dumbass because he couldn't take a hint, you know?
Well, also every time he talked to her, she fainted.
Oh, yeah.
Like, literally, like, hi, Hinata.
Like, blood comes out of her nose.
Yeah, I was like, he didn't even do anything. He's just like, oh, hi.
I love...
and he's like, I think she hates me.
Looking back at Naruto, it's such a strange cartoon that became successful because it's like sexy jitsu, you know?
It's surprising it aired on regular Cartoon Network and not Adult Swim.
Really? Until I feel like Shippuden.
Yes, that was on...
It was on Adult Swim a lot.
Yes.
And it was on Toonami.
In fact, I think it just left Adult Swim permanently.
Really? Naruto as a whole?
I think so.
Oh, it was because Boruto was such a trash thing, I heard.
I tried watching Boruto, but... I hate the sequel series.
No, I hate that too.
Like
I don't like Korra.
It's like
just let it be its own self-contained story. Don't be like the next generation.
Oh,
the only thing that did that right was
Star Trek.
TNG. Yeah, TNG,
like that's the only because it was totally different
cast.
Like it wasn't like Spock's son. Like
that would have been stupid.
No, it's just. Oh, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but
I like Naruto.
Naruto's a fine show.
The secret's out.
I'm a wee bitch. It's got way too much filler, I've heard, though.
Yes.
A lot of wasted episodes.
Yes.
My favorite anime right now is Samurai Champloo has like 1 episode filler, but that's like a season long, so it doesn't count, so.
All right. I think my favorite... We're getting off topic.
No, well, we were never on topic.
That's true.
But, we, for the episode, we watched 3 movies, as always.
Surprise.
And I was so in the limbo of what I wanted to pick.
That's definitely a way to put it.
And I was just like, what the fuck do I want to talk about before like we eventually get on to like seasonal stuff, you know? And I was like, okay, we watched a few movies before the ones we picked, and I was just like, oh, Fistful of Dollars, okay.
But then you're like, I hate westerns.
No,
I don't like.
It was
I don't like Clint Eastwood. I don't like the dollar store. They're all bad.
No, that's what you said.
No, that's what you said. I'm pretty sure I heard you say that. You're like, you know what?
Do you have that in like a recording or like evidence? You have evidentiary?
I don't need it.
Okay, it's just your word against mine. Okay.
Yes. I'm kidding.
Yeah, we have it in writing in stars on Letterboxd.
I love gaslighting. It's fun.
You gave it a 3.5.
I did.
So you like Avatar more than Fistful of Dollars? Okay.
Yes, I do actually.
Okay.
And now he's gonna kill me after this podcast. By the way.
And then even like argue like it's probably like I've heard that because I haven't seen For a Few Dollars More, which I still need to see because it's got my darling Lee Van Cleef in it.
Aww.
And I still need to finish that out before I can call it really my favorite trilogy of all time, honestly. Okay. And then I was just like, well, I really want to talk about this one movie, Miami Connection, which is like for me the apex of cinema buffoonery. Not even buffoonery, but like just really, really bad, but just in the most entertaining way imaginable. You know. The last time we covered a good bad movie was Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Oh, yeah, that was a while ago.
That was a while back.
That was like 2 years ago.
Yeah. And that was actually, we started this podcast like... That was over, probably like one of the early episodes.
It's on my
episode
23rd birthday.
Yeah. And so I really want to talk about that because it's such an enthralling film, in my opinion. It's actually, despite... It's one of those things where it's like, I'm almost kind of scared to talk about it because like it's not like something like Straw Dogs where it's like, oh, I don't feel like I'm qualified as a film lover to talk about it, where it's like, oh, it's just so like deep and impactful in terms of
I don't know what Straw Dogs is.
Straw Dogs is like we'll talk about it later, but like maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
When I feel comfortable talking about it. Miami Connection is just so weird, and it's just so I don't feel like I'm qualified to talk about it because I feel like it transcends good and bad. It's just such an entertaining piece of film.
Right.
That and the way it was put together was it's just so entertaining to hear about that story. It's actually really
very
inspiring.
Genuine.
It's such a sincere movie.
Like God damn it, they tried.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
they tried and they failed wonderfully.
I want that from my bad movies.
Like. Damn it, they gave it their all. They have no talent, but damn it, they tried.
I don't like... It's hard work over talent.
Mm-hmm.
I hate Sharknado, the whole thing where it's like, oh, it's supposed to be bad.
And there's Space Cop.
Space Cop. Chief, I'm right here.
Personally, I love Space Cop. That's just me.
I think it's below average, but
the fact it's just Rich Evans trying to be badass makes me giggle.
That's fine, yeah. I see the appeal in it. But,
it's Space Cop.
So Miami Connection is about... It's
good
about
luck.
Coke. Yeah, thank you. I'll need it. It's about coke dealing ninjas on bikes.
Yes.
And the movie opens up with like a botched drug deal
between
these like
the New York Mafia,
these like mobsters, these like stereotypical Miami mobsters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like the I don't know, these cartoon characters, and this biker gang shows up that are ninjas, and they take them down, steal a coke, and they bring it back to their dojo, and the headmaster's like, "Where's the money?"
No. He says, "Where's money?"
Where's money?
Yeah, he didn't say where. He says, "Where's money?"
YK Kim is a wonderful human being.
I would love to meet him. He seems like a cool guy.
He seems like a really cool guy who's made a really cool like thing for himself. He's
and
got a dojo.
I will say,
he's a motivational speaker.
I'm trying to say this without sounding like an asshole. We saw him in the more modern day. He sounds.
Yeah, when we watched a documentary about the making of the film, yeah.
On Vice. You
gotta watch that.
Good
movie. Good short, yep.
Yeah, but because during this film, whenever the main character talked, I was doing... my face was just completely like shriveled from not trying not to laugh.
Because you just didn't want to be mean about it.
No, of course not. Like,
because just like it's like let's just put it very nicely. Obviously, English was not his first language,
Yes.
But
which is not the problem. The problem is that I can't understand.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing, though. It's just like he
has a very heavy accent.
He's struggling to get his lines out. You know,
very heavy accent.
Yeah, very heavy accent. He's Korean, and it's like it's not that. It's the fact that like
everyone doesn't even.
The logic was like he decided to be one of the main characters when he couldn't get the lines out properly.
Yeah.
That should have been a flag where it's like, oh, I should probably just be in the director's chair. Mm-hmm. No, I'm gonna be one of the main characters who's like part of this.
Let's do the kung fu.
I'll do the
taekwondo.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's just like, or maybe have him be like the silent protagonist. Maybe have him be like one of the silent like background guys in the band. Oh, by the way, there's a band.
Oh yeah.
The heart and soul of this movie, Miami Connection, is Dragon Sound. The greatest band of all time.
Friends for eternity, loyalty, honesty will stick together through thick or thin. Friends forever
will be together. And they're not actually playing with the exception of Dr.
It's like the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics.
Yeah, no, it's like the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics. It's like, oh, I'm strumming.
We're definitely playing our instruments.
I gotta get my strap back on,
We're doing kung fu on stage.
With the exception of the guy who, unfortunately, at this day and age, looks like Dr. Disrespect. None of them are actually playing the instruments. Yeah, let that sink in. Yeah.
Listen, we made a lot of jokes about Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah, no, at the well-deserved expense of Dr. Disrespect.
Yes.
They want me to disappear. Yeah, fucking right. It's like, yeah, we do.
Feel bad for making that guy sound like Dr. Disrespect.
Well, no, that's what it looked like, though.
I know.
That was Dr. Disrespect's whole shtick, was that he looked like 80s mullet man. But anyway, the band. So obviously,
so what's the plot?
The band. Well, I'm getting to it.
Okay.
I'm in the middle of it. So the band has peeved several people because
they exist.
One of the singers is dating the bassist, and she's the sister of one of the leaders of the gang, and he's just like, no, fuck you can't date my sister. It's she's mine. And it's like there's so much tension where he's just like, he obviously wants to fuck his sister.
Yeah,
it's just like so uncomfortable. And there's this band that was kicked out of the club because they replaced your music's for old people. They were kicked out because they were replaced by Dragon Sound, which is like they're the new they're new dimension rock and roll.
They're new dimension, and we don't have to pay them.
And we don't have to pay them because we find out later in the movie that they have like $200 to get all together in each of their bank accounts. And so the old band is peeved about that. They lost the job.
Right.
And biker gang is mad at them because one of the leaders doesn't like them.
Yeah.
It's that damn band again. And
damn it.
Shenanigans ensue where it's like a lot of fight scenes, a lot of Dragon Sound just getting straight up harassed, where they could just probably just go with the police about this.
Like, they drive down the street, they're stopped in their car, and then they're attacked. That happens like 3 times. It
happens like 3 separate times, and it doesn't really progress the story all that much. Besides, we don't like Dragon Sound.
Story.
And, damn, they're good.
They're too good.
It's like
they're sexy.
One of the things the band, the old band, and the gang teams up where it's like they know kung fu and they're pretty bad.
They're pretty bad.
And it's Miami Connection is one of those bad movies that's like, oh,
amazing.
It's boring. It's boring. It's not one of those bad movies where it's like it's punctuated intermittently, where it's like, oh, but boring stuff. Oh, something exciting happened. Oh, boring stuff.
It's kind of the next movie.
It's kind of, a little bit, but like I would describe that more like Night Beast, where it's like boring stuff. Oh, somebody got their head ripped off. Boring stuff. That's usually good bad movies.
Where it's like, we have these cool things, but we need to have a feature-length film.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, we're going to film a squirrel.
One of my guilty pleasures is Night Beast. That aptly describes it. It's not. It's not a good movie. You could argue it's not even a good bad movie, but I like it. Yeah. But
don't worry, we all have that one movie where it's bad, but we just kind of like it.
I just kind of like it. Yeah. That for me, that's Night Beast and Dracula versus Frankenstein, which is
for me, it's a space cop and a angry.
The angry video game nerd movie.
Yeah, I've seen that like 20 times.
Both created by like internet person. Okay, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen that movie like 20 times.
Really?
I adore it, but it's terrible. But I love it.
Now, I'm trying to like grasp at like when I discovered this movie, and I think that was
we all know how you discovered it.
What, Miami Connection?
Yeah, I think we all know.
Well, from Best of the Worst.
Yeah.
It had to be because otherwise I wouldn't.
No one
have
else was talking about it.
Nobody else was talking about it, and it was just like it was back when I was first discovering Best of the Worst from Red Letter Media. One of their best episodes was very early on, and as good as the movies ever got was Deadly Prey, directed by David Pryor and starring Ted Pryor, his brother, which is also a very, very fun bad movie. And then Hard Ticket to Hawaii, which I've heard is very fun. And then the one that blew both of them away, and everything else away besides like Starving Edge Weapons, Miami Connection.
Yes.
This weird movie that played in a theater for like 2 weeks and then was thrown into a dumpster because the director was ashamed of it,
That's so sad.
Which is so sad because it nearly ruined him,
It did ruin him.
It ruined him for a time.
Yeah.
And people just somebody discovered it in the dumpster and was like, Miami Connection? Oh no, he bought it off eBay.
Yeah.
And was like, Miami Connection, that sounds interesting. Watched it. It was like one of the best things ever. Literally.
He called it, hey, can I distribute your film? Hangs up.
Hey, can I distribute your film?
Hangs up.
Please don't hang up, please. Wait, people actually want to see this.
And then, yeah.
And it's actually very inspiring. It's not one of those things where it's like, it's actually one of those like bad movie stories that actually has a happy ending,
There's no part of this film where I was bored.
No, yeah, exactly.
Like literally everything is funny.
Even when there's like a low point where it's like not in terms of like tone, but like in plot progression, obviously, but like in terms of like entertainment value, where there's like a low point where like they go like the biker rally,
No. The low point is the whole Taekwondo training scene that's overexposed as hell.
Yeah, it's so.
But that's still funny because it's so overexposed.
It's so bad. It's just like, okay, what's the point of this? It's like, let's have a drink after. Let's have some Pepsi after this.
Yeah.
And
then talk about let's do a tour. What kind of tour? We go places
where each of us have been. I'm from Europe. I'm from Israel. You're from Korea.
That's not really how tours.
That's not how tours work. You kind of like plan out.
You have to go like several places at a time.
Yeah,
and you got to make money because you guys don't seem to believe in money.
You draw in let's face it. You draw in like it's a club-sized crowd, which is not. It's like you don't really draw in a large crowd, guys. You're not that bad. Although you are Dragon Sound given, fair enough.
Maybe in a few years.
Maybe give it a few years. Yeah, give it 30 years, and then people will come crawl.
Yes.
People will come in the masses to see Dragon Sound.
And also make sure you get paid by the club because
exactly. Because you seem to don't have a lot of money, and it seemed like they describe it. The Vice video describes it as a commune, because
like
they're all. It's like we are all orphans, and it's just like, okay, so like, how'd you meet? Why are you living together?
Why is that important?
How are you paying for tuition? You know, because they all go to college. They all go college in Orlando too.
Oh, that makes more sense because all the club money goes into their tuition. That's probably how.
That's true. Okay, fair enough. Like,
okay. We have $2. We have this much money for spending money, like just
food. Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
like let's spend it all on a
fair enough.
All right. Okay.
Touche, Miami connection.
Okay. So there's a band and a gang that team up to destroy this other band, and then there's ninjas.
Well, the ninjas are part of the biker gang somewhat. They like
no,
because they're different parts of the gang.
No. The leader of the gang is somehow brothers with the leader of the ninjas.
They kind of combine their strengths sometimes.
No. They're brothers because this guy dies. He's like
brothers in arms, I guess, because one's an Asian dude and the other is like white as shit. So,
but here's the thing: it's so much funnier if they're just.
If there's actually brothers, yeah.
It's just so much funnier.
We eventually, like, all these things happen. The fights break out. You know, it's all well choreographed too. It's very brilliant. And then what's Jim? The character of Jim. He is. People argue he's the heart and soul of Miami Connection. If Dragon Sound wasn't enough, you know, if there's one single person who's like ties it all together, this movie, you know, is Jim's story.
Yeah.
His plot in this movie is he's looking for his father. He's just like, my mother was Korean, and my father was Black American. And it's just like trying to have like this emotional moment with like the somber music, and it's just like
this is very early on in the film.
Yeah, no,
this is like the third scene.
My father was in the military, and he left my mother and me when she was very sick. And it's just like there's like, we're sorry, Jim. And it's like, we'll help you find your father. I'm sure you'll find him eventually. And
we're going to the beach.
Yeah, we're going to the next scene. They're going to the beach, and it's just like
staring at women's asses.
Check out women's.
Baka.
Yeah, you argue that. Yeah, there's like an anime joke in there where like he like falls into a lady's boobs, and it's like
no, because he's hitting on
a girl. She pushes him,
and he lands right first in some other random woman's breast.
Yeah,
like, Baka.
Slap. It's total anime shit, and there's driving down the Miami, like some beach. I don't know what beach. I'm not familiar with. I've only been to Cocoa Beach, so something like that. I don't know.
No, here's the thing. The Florida, 80% of it is beaches, and the rest are just swamps. So like every beach, there's always just a beach. If you're on the road, you look over to your left, there's a beach.
Okay.
It's like
at this particular beach, it is happening.
Yes.
Like it's popping off. Like people are having a good time.
This was definitely before COVID.
Yeah, way before. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This was a year before COVID.
Yes,
everything had to be shut down, so people didn't know what was in for them. You know.
Yeah, I know. It's scary.
And it's one of those things where it's just like it kind of like the movie kind of just goes through the motions where it's just like, you know, it's people telling us what we already know. Where it's like, I want you to stay away from Dragon Sound, that band. I love you, sister. Stay in college because I provide for you. People, friends.
It's but like I love him.
But I love him. Well, too bad.
You gotta love me instead.
Oh. And like, but he's bothered that she has a partner, but he's not bothered when like members of his gang are like ogling and are taunting her.
Sucking your toes.
Yeah, or like taunting her. He's not bothered by that though.
Like, you know, they're
boys will be boys.
Yeah. I think we both said that.
But eventually it gets to a point where, gasp, Jim finds his father. He gets a message in the mail. It's like, he gets like a little ass like letter that's
No. Before that, the guy is kidnapped, the guy with the mullet.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, this is very important.
He's kidnapped. We're like, you're getting penance. So, you're getting penance, Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah.
Boom.
And then, so the band goes to save him.
Yeah.
And then they kill the brother.
They kill the brother. That's a big plot point.
Kind of.
He falls off.
Like, they punch him and he falls off the tall thing.
They fight in like some sort of like a construction site, it looks like. Some sort of
unfinished
building.
It's the same construction site they've been using this whole film.
Yeah, the one that happens in Miami is also the one that happens in Orlando.
Yeah.
And so he dies. He falls off the beam and stuff. He falls to his death.
Very
yeah,
smallest
violin. And
oh no, the psychotic douche sister.
The sister doesn't seem that bothered by it. She's like, "You had to do what you had to do. I understand."
I don't blame her because he was definitely creepy towards her.
It was definitely creepy, yeah. But instinctually, I feel like somewhat she'd be like, "Oh my god, you killed my brother." You know, a little bit of that would be like she primordially she'd have some sort of a negative reaction to learning that her brother was killed by her boyfriend. You know,
she's a big fan of Dr. Disrespect, and she you know,
she's not gonna be for very long.
No. This is after the news came out. She's still a fan.
Oh, she's one of those people.
Yes.
Okay.
She's loyal, damn it, to a fault.
Yeah, and basically, and that gets to that point where Jim discovers that his father is like I found my father, and he gives like the best "oh my god" ever. He says, "Oh my god."
He has the most childlike voice I've ever heard in my life. His voice sounds like a 12-year-old.
Yeah,
but it's coming out of this grown man. It's very strange.
It's very strange, but it's very funny. And
yeah, oh my god,
like,
I was.
Oh
dying.
my god, Jim, we're so excited for you. And it's just like, oh, we gotta get you dressed up. We gotta get you in a suit and tie, you know?
I gotta get $200 and buy you a $200 suit.
Yeah. And
wow, this is a great way to
that's all we have it's a great way to, and then the guy who runs the ninja dojo, he's like, your brother, he's dead. And he's like, what? We have to get revenge on Dragon Sound. It's like Dragon Sound, I think they said this at one point. Dragon Sound just can't catch a break.
No, like literally they just want to play music
and have a good time and talk about friendship and honesty.
Yeah, and find his father, but
like this can't seem to like steer clear of this. They can't seem to steer clear of disgruntled band members,
ninjas,
biker gang and bikers, and ninja bikers,
and cocaine. Like they just can't get away from it.
And so
it also knows get out of Florida. Because that's all Florida is.
So the ninjas stop the guys who are on their way to meet Jim's father.
So it's Jim,
the bassist. I think his name is John, and YK Kim, his name is Mark in the movie.
Of course, it's Mark. It's always Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. Imagine if like every bad film protagonist came together and it was like an Avengers movie. So like Tommy Wiseau, YK Kim, Neil Breen. You know,
that would be too amazing.
That'd be amazing.
It would be amazing, but also it wouldn't be good because it's not trying to be genuine.
Okay, that's true.
It's just supposed to be like, hey, remember this?
Hey, remember this?
Oh god, even the bad films are turning into Marvel.
Yeah, and they slice Jim down in the chest, and it's just like, and that's when like a switch goes off, and John and Mark. Because then they just go fucking crazy, and it's like they beat up the ninja, take their swords, and just like start like slaughtering everybody.
Well, because like this is the first time they really use swords. Because every time it's just been kicks
before
and
it was
punches.
just kicks and punches. But this
now
time
it's just like, yeah, we're gonna stab you.
They're committing homicide, you know.
Well, I mean, technically
self-defense. Yeah, they are decapitating people, slicing limbs off, slicing people in the face, stabbing people.
I forgot, like, Jim, go into this disgusting water.
Swamp where your wound would probably get infected. It's like what are you doing?
Oh, that was.
And like the blood splashes on John's face as he's just like going absolutely rage mode. He's like Doomslayer. They're both like Doomslayer, just rip and tear, and there's like, I was just thinking like, imagine you were a Floridian. Yeah, imagine that for a second.
Floridian?
A Floridian. And you're walking the park, and this is not in the context of the movie. This is in the context of like
people filming
the fact that this actually happened in a park in Florida.
Because I'm assuming there's no permit.
There's no permit. Probably no permit. I wouldn't guess. I would guess there's no permit.
Probably not.
Probably why they're shooting in there. And you come across like a guy just like slicing up ninjas, you know?
I mean, honestly, they probably just shrug and go back the way they came, just go home.
It's like, it's Florida.
I mean, listen, there's alligators everywhere. This isn't too surprising.
No, I once had a dream that an alligator like chomped down on me. I was like, I ain't going to Florida no more.
That's a very I'm sorry about that.
No, yeah, it was a very vivid dream too.
I'm sorry.
I didn't feel any pain, but I was just like, this is not a good situation.
It's scary.
It was very scary. Anyway, Dragon Sound kills the ninja, and they kill the lead ninja right before, the
lead ninja turned into a white guy.
Yeah. He also has a nefarious laugh. He's like, ha 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 ha. And he kills the head ninja. There's the montage of YK Kim just running around like just crazy with the authorities. Like, come on! And they're driving Jim to the hospital. He's like, hang in there, Jim. And then he's like, and then it just like cuts to like a Breakfast Club shot. It's like them like
with his very young dad.
With his very young dad who has flour in his hair and mustache. You know,
it's like you couldn't find like an older man.
And then like the doctor shows up and like
he's
and
fine
Jim's
now.
Father says, "Doctor, how is my son?"
He's like,
he says it very nonchalantly.
And like he comes out on a wheelchair. He's like, he's just fine now.
Yeah, he's like, still hurts, but with you guys around, it's all that matters. And it's like,
Brands for eternity,
and it's just like you're lucky
against the ninja.
You're lucky to have so many good friends.
Yes,
and it's like we're in this together, man. And they walk towards the camera, freeze frame, cut to black, and then only through the elimination of violence can we achieve world peace. Best ending ever.
Against the ninja.
We will stop the senseless killing. Yeah.
All right. So, what's your thoughts on this movie?
I love it. It's just like
it is.
It's legitimately like it's kind of it's in a way one of my favorite movies of all time. It's just like it's like everything I want from a good bad movie. You know.
Mm-hmm.
It's everything I want from one. And it's just like.
I think this might be like objectively the best good bad movie.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of good bad movies is like you can't see anything.
Yeah.
It's boring. There's a few funny performances, but this one. Everything's funny.
Everything's funny.
Everything, including like even the whole biker scene where he goes to this like biker bar. There's women like their breasts are out for no reason. It's like, yeah, we're drinking piss out of these plastic cups. We're hanging out. It's like even that's funny. There's nothing not funny about this movie.
Yeah, and it's just such a pure movie. You know, it's just so sincere. And just quaint and just it's nice to watch, you know. It's just like and have a good time, just with some friends and some beer and just have a good time. Yeah, eat pizza and popcorn and just like have a good time.
Yeah.
What would you rate it before I get to like how my consensus about it?
I gave it a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Just in terms of me ranking as both a fun film and as a movie.
It's a very hard film to rank. Yeah.
There's a lot of overexposed shots. It's the word amateur does not begin to describe this film.
Yeah.
But it's so entertaining it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. So like I think 3 is a pretty fair ranking, but in my heart it's at least a 4.
Okay.
In my heart it's a 4.
In your heart. I cannot rate this movie.
That's not fair. I rated it.
Fine, 5, whatever. Fuck it. Or
there.
4. I have my
YMS rates every Cool Cat movie a 5.
I have the right to not rate something, just heart it. Okay, I'm just saying it's a good movie. Check it out. I don't have to rate it. Fuck
okay,
you.
I'm sorry.
I do not have to. I do not have to rate something I do not feel like rating. You know.
Sorry.
I didn't rate the Giant Claw because I was like, well, it's an average. You know.
That's a 5. That's a 5.
It's an average B movie, both bad effects, since that's what makes it popular.
No, the greatest effects, the best effects. Giant Claw on Criterion. When I want it so bad.
Well, no, the Giant. It's been released by Arrow.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's public domain at this point.
Well, no, but like it's properly been released by Arrow on the box set of the Sam Katzman movies, like Creature of the Atom. Sam Katzman, yeah.
Who's that?
He was like a B movie producer.
Oh.
Yeah, back in the 50s. I think it was called like Atomic Age Creatures or something.
That's a great name. Probably like a B movie producer, Sam Katzman.
Yeah, no, that's great. He made he made like a werewolf movie too. It was called Werewolf.
Was it just called Werewolf?
Yeah, that was part of the collection too.
I love Arrow, man.
Arrow's great. I like it.
In fact, Arrow is a little better than Criterion to me.
Well, they both serve their absolute purpose, you know.
I know, but Arrow's just kind of My style. It's my style of films.
Okay, fair enough.
Because, like, Criterion's just kind of all over. Like, there's some good stuff, some not good stuff.
I'm looking at my shelf. I'm seeing all the good stuff. That's because I bought it.
Well, yeah, you found the ones you wanted.
I bought the ones I wanted, yeah.
Not...
I have, like, some French New Wave in there, you know? I have some Italian stuff. I have some Fellini. I like me some art film, you know? Some art films. But, yeah, no.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Miami Connection. Best bad movie ever.
It's at least in the top 3.
It's in the top. Yeah, it's in the top 10. Well, top 5 actually. Okay. Well, yeah, it's one of the greats, you know.
Easily.
And then
the Hall of Fame of bad.
Moving on to our next movie.
Oh boy.
Is like, here's the thing. Miami Connection was found and re-released, obviously, but Draft House Films had the advantage of knowing that they had a complete film on their hands.
It had sound.
Yeah.
It had.
So, New York Ninja was not actually a movie that existed, but it was more or less the idea of a movie because Vinegar Syndrome had access to all these reels of footage, of raw footage, that never was made into a complete movie.
It was abandoned.
Yeah, it was an abandoned project. But like they had all this footage and no script and just...
No sound.
Only no sound, just the raw, just the footage, you know? Mm-hmm. And they were like,
Frankenstein it.
Let's make it ours, you know? Let's make it ours and make it New York Ninja, you know? And
God bless him.
God bless him because
the poor bastard who had to edit that.
Yeah, no, seriously. Like I bet I would tear the fucking follicles of my hair out, you know?
I wouldn't, because assuming I'd be paid that my whole time.
That's true. I would have somewhat of a good time, but I bet it was pretty stressful at times.
Well, okay, so it seemed like the guy, he had to rewrite a new script, basically.
Yeah, to rewrite a new script. That was probably the time, yeah.
So, once they had, like, a script, I think it was a lot easier to
That's true,
put it together.
Put it together, yeah, and figure out what they were going to do,
like,
yeah.
They watched the footage, like, okay, there's...
A ninja.
This is happening.
This is happening. There's this guy who doesn't, like, what's his role? Okay, so, like, how the thing is, Miami Connection has, like, a pretty coherent plot, relatively speaking. It's like, you know what's happening. Bad guys don't like Dragon Sound. They get beat up because Dragon Sound doesn't like them back, you know?
And they're too good.
They're bad. But I don't know what the fuck New York Ninja... So it's about... Okay, so it's like, let's start off with the beginning.
New York Ninja actually has a pretty basic plot when you really think about it.
When you really think about it, yeah. It's a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Where
guy's wife killed. Ninja... Guy turns into a ninja to save the city. There's a plutonium man who melts, who also has a prostitution ring. You gotta stop that guy.
Yeah. And there's miscellaneous thugs all throughout.
Yeah, that's the plot of the movie.
It's almost like Toxic Avenger in that, like, he's a superhero, you know?
I was thinking because like, everyone has like the I
Heart the New York Ninja, yeah. I want that shit.
It was like I Heart Monster and
I Heart the Monster. I Heart the Hero Monster, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just a fascinating, like, it's more... When you get down to, like, watching the movie, what's it about? Okay, like what you just said, but, like, getting down to the nitty-gritty. It starts with a shot of
overall plot is good. It's the fine details that don't make sense.
They did honestly, like, it's a pretty fun project. If, like, I rate it as not as, like, the film itself, but more like the effort that was put into to create this movie, you know, after the fact, you know. So it starts with a shot of the Twin Towers.
Perfect.
Amazing. Perfect. Disaster. It's just like perfect for a disastrous movie. And it's like this guy's just like talking to his wife, and he's like, "I love you, wife." And she's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm pregnant. Oh, I'm gonna be a daddy.
I love you.
Also, I love you. Mwah.
Mwah.
Hey, lady." And it's like she saves this lady and kidnaps. She's like, "Hey, you stop that. Oh, I'm gonna throw a dagger at you." She dies
right in the stomach. Too.
Right in the stomach, and then the New York Ninja, I think that's when the fucking title happens. The title card happens. And it's this bass music by Voyager 3.
Great score.
Good score. It really kind of ties it together, you know.
It saves the movie, for sure.
It really does, yeah. And there's the thing where it's like, we're reporters. We come in on a helicopter. We gotta stop these kidnappings and this abduction ring.
No. You have to report on
No, they say we have to stop it.
I know, but they're supposed to just report on it.
Yeah, so they're supposed to. You can't really do anything. You're not authority figures. You're reporters.
You're not April O'Neil. You don't have a mutant turtles to back you up.
This honestly feels like an episode of Ninja Turtles.
but
with more rape and killing, and if the ninjas actually use their weapons.
Just the matter of fact way you said that. It's so good.
It's but yeah, it's just like he also gives like one of the best whys in any movie because it was dubbed. Because they use like different like genre film actors who are like notorious in like different
actors and porn stars.
Actors and porn stars. The three ones I particularly know are Don the Dragon Wilson, Linnea Quigley, and John Barryman, who's on my wall.
Oh,
he's the guy in The Hills Have Eyes.
Cool.
Yeah, and he's just like why?
Really high pitched.
Yeah,
there should have been a deeper.
It's like, oh, so it was his wife's birthday, so he's got like the cake He's got like the decorations.
I was so confused because I was like a memorial service.
Oh, really?
It's like, why does it say happy? That's so fucked up. Why would you say that? But then I realized, it's
really
probably
at the end of the day, it's about this whole.
It's about family.
At the end of the day, this trilogy of films that we've picked out is about like dealing with hardship.
I hate the fact that you're right. I hate the fact that's accurate.
It's about figuring out, what the way John copes with it in the movie. Our main character, New York Ninja's name is John, is become a ninja and fight crime.
Yeah,
and that's basically the whole movie. Is just him stopping crime.
The same crime over
the same crime over and over and over again, and it's just fascinating to me because it's just like hearing the dubbing with like people in masks where it's like they can literally like say anything, so they
literally
they can literally say anything. So it's like it's fascinating to see this old footage, but with like kind of this not really hard edge, but like more clever dialogue that's like kind of befitting. Not like because they wanted to write it like it was.
Come here.
It was just like
get over.
There were some good lines where it's like, I'm gonna shoot that fucking smile off your face, or like something along those lines.
There's a really funny line. I don't remember what it was. Like a really good one-liner. Oh no, actually no, I don't remember. It was something with the guy in a mat. He was like, someone was running away. He's like, I don't remember.
But yeah, no, it's definitely entertaining though to see that kind of like rift in time, between like what's being decided in 2021 as opposed to like what they were trying to do in '84. So, yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't try to contact any of the original people involved.
I don't know if that was possible. I'll check out the bonus features on it, but like, because there's a second disc dedicated to bonus features.
Yeah. So
maybe it's up in the air.
Perhaps they hey, you want to come work on it? No.
Yeah.
It's like
they were probably like, fuck that.
I'm homeless because of that movie.
Yeah, that's probably the result of a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a little helicopter.
Yeah, no, they blew their money on a fucking helicopter.
Crazy bastards.
And let's talk about the plutonium killer.
Because boy,
this guy is a character.
He's
so strange and so out of place for this movie. He feels like a villain out of Ninja Turtles, like I said before.
Except he's a rapist.
Yeah, except he's a rapist, and he I don't know what he is. He's like, they say like he was born
an agent. No.
He was an agent.
He was an agent who was experimented on.
He was experimented on with radiation, and so he's like radioactive man now. He's the plutonium killer. Takes off his he's allergic to light in his eyes.
Yes.
And so but he stares into a candle sometimes and melts, and he seems to get off on that.
Maybe it's like harsh light because candle's like soft. Maybe he's just
I don't know, but what does he gain from let's go look at this candle?
I mean, maybe it's not allergic. Maybe every time he looks at he just immediately comes.
Yeah, no,
seriously. It's like every time he's like and then he just melts.
He also hypnotized. It's also during the Halloween parade, the shooting the rodeo thing.
Where his mask disappears.
Yeah, his mask fucking disappears. He's he's hypnotizing a girl, and the kid who New York Ninja saved him, I guess adopts.
I guess.
Yeah, it's
he's like, all right, you're mine now.
You're mine. It's like no, the kid is chased down by these guys who are 3 times his age, who are or at least twice his age.
Where's my money?
He's like, where's my money? Where's money?
It's like, is he like a thief kid? Is he like a street rat? Is he like a drug dealer? Where do you think this kid is getting money to pay you? That's my question. Or is it just give me your lunch money?
Yeah, no, it feels more like that,
But it's funnier because of that. Because it's I don't understand.
What the hell? And No, it's just so fascinating, the antagonist of this movie, because like Street Gang number 1, Street Gang number 2 that looks the same, Street Gang number 3 that looks the same, Street Gang number 4 that looks the same, and they keep like trying to like slightly vary them to make them look like
got a fake mustache.
It's crime ridden. It's like the Warriors.
Yeah.
I was saying this before. It was like, how the Warriors, like it gets like the whole appeal of it is like each gang has their own like moniker and their look and their style and their behavior. You know, none of that's in this movie.
I was genuinely confused because like every time, like sometimes they're killed by the ninja, sometimes they're not, but every time it's just the same masks
over and over again.
So it's like, is this just like a singular big gang? Is it just like multiple?
I feel like what's trying to be implied is that
it's just there's crime everywhere.
Crimes everywhere. It's New York, I guess. You know,
but they don't have them wear like red
cartoon character, like, fucking cartoon goons. You know,
it's like, just have like just. Because most criminals just wear like coats and pants. They don't have like fencing,
or like ski masks when
fencing
they want,
helmets and also a mask from Alice, Sweet Alice.
Yeah.
There's a guy always wearing.
Well, where is it? There's a thing that's like, I don't think it's like the exact.
Well, yeah, it's not the exact, but it's like it
looks
that kind of
gives
see
off
through,
that kind of see through type thing. Yeah.
Which that was actually genuinely. I mean, that mask is always creepy.
It's really creepy. It's an underrated movie mask. Reminds me of brighter days back when we thought that we had recorded that one properly.
That was a good episode.
That was a good episode, and it'll never be heard because the audio fucked up. But we're talking about it now. But New York Ninja, like, he just does his thing. He does his thing, and then like.
He fights crime.
The Tonium Killer is on the loose, and there's like the whole abduction ring thing, and there's like the guy who's like, I want you to procure these women for me, please. And it turns out he's working for Interpol, you know?
It's like, so, well, yeah.
It's like, what was that about? That was dropped. And, you know,
a lot of things are dropped, including his wife's death.
The more you think about it, well, it's like the movie, like the film, the guys who edited this movie together and like released it, right, on Blu-ray. They know they're not fooling anybody into thinking that this is a complete film. You know?
Oh wait, really?
Yeah, no, but like, they're not trying. They're not trying to like.
I know.
You kind of know what you're getting into when you watch a movie called New York Ninja, and you know the back. You have to know the backstory of this movie.
Advice: you got to watch this with the intro.
Because
then it's not going to make. You're going to get upset because without that intro, you're going to get really confused.
Yeah.
So watch the intro with the editor or the director.
This is an interpretation of. It's like somebody who works at Vinegar Syndrome was like, I want a budget to release this, like make this a movie, and they're like, okay.
And they got fairly big names. I mean, big names in terms of like...
In terms of genre B-movie stuff, you know? And it's just like, what draws me to it is such a unique project, you know?
Yes.
It's like, it's not a movie. It's an interpretation of what they thought what they could have possibly thought the movie was going to be. Or they just try to be like, okay, let's just make our own thing out of it, you know? Which is probably the latter, but like...
That'd be hilarious.
What?
If they got it exactly right.
Yeah, that'd be like some sort of like spooky
the script,
shit.
Like even the background dialogue, everything's exactly right. It's like, how the fuck did we do
How the fuck? No, but like it's fascinating to see like how afterward, when all this shit was like put in storage and never thought about for another 37 years, it was cracked open, exhumed, unearthed, and made into a final movie that's an interpretation of what the movie could possibly have been. It's so fascinating to me.
It is, yeah. There's no other film like it.
No, literally.
I think. I mean, there might be some
like
out there.
There's more out there.
With some other this version with this much care and heart put into it. There's probably like someone.
It could have been boring too. You say like, you know, it's like it's not quite as entertaining as Miami Connection. Although
not even close.
I think it's like it has its moment.
Of course,
moments though.
The best line is the best scene is when, hey, my knife. He throws it to his friend. The ninja just grabs it and slits his friend's throat.
Yeah.
Oh
no.
That was genuinely kind of badass.
Yeah.
But funny.
But you had to say they could have found something a lot worse. You know?
Of course.
But like they kind of struck gold in my opinion. I don't know.
They are the luckiest motherfuckers in the world.
Yeah, seriously. They're like, oh my god, we have found a gold mine. We had to show people this, you know?
Yeah.
It's just a way to show people what they found without making an arduous thing where it's like, okay, we have to show you everything, you know?
Right.
Or a piece of it. Let's make it a movie and show people it, you know?
Right.
No, it's a cool venture. I really applaud the people at Vinegar Syndrome for doing that. You know, it's great.
The crazy bastards did it.
The crazy bastards did it. So another one that's I rated the project. You know, so it's like, you know, shot in A4, completed in 2021. What would you rate New York Ninja?
I don't remember what I gave it. I think
you gave it like a 2.
I think
2 with a heart.
I think. I mean, it's right. I'm just curious now because it was pretty late.
Yeah.
I gave it a 2.
Okay. Any hard hit too?
I did.
Nice.
Like, again, it was fun. My biggest issue is just like, because like the second act is really repetitive for me.
Oh yeah. It's like it's to a point where it's like, okay, we've been there, done that. You know.
It's like, okay, 2 women get into a car, they're pulled out of the car, they scream, they run. Where are you going? And then they're like attacking them. The ninja shows up, and then they do that again.
That's it. And then, oh yeah, wait, we gotta talk about the ending first.
Of course.
After the fact, they like,
is that a bomb?
Is that? And I thought here's the thing. I was just like, oh, where did he get a bomb? It's like, wait a second, didn't somebody like give him a bomb? No, I was thinking about another movie. I was thinking about Fistful of Dollars.
It's the same film.
where somebody gives Clint Eastwood a bomb, like a stick of dynamite, you know.
I think they're the same movie.
Yeah, and they're like, just like, to finish the movie, the editors had to be like, okay, let's put a bomb in the helicopter. You know, it's like, what is that? Is that a bomb? You know, and then they say,
I love that line.
What is that? Is that a bomb? What's that noise?
That poor pilot.
Yeah, no, the pilot didn't do anything.
Well,
he kind of joined forces with the villain last minute.
If you kill him now,
I'll make you a very rich man.
Okay.
It's like, yes, sir.
Well, I mean, you could also say that if he said no, they would have killed him. So.
But like, I don't think he deserved to die.
But you know what? He betrayed the ninja.
Yeah, that's what really matters.
Yes.
But yeah, I would give it a 3.5.
Okay.
Just basically just like a really fun, entertaining movie.
Yes.
That just like has a very interesting, unique backstory that doesn't make any. The movie itself doesn't make any sense. You need context for like what this thing is, you know.
I mean, it makes sense. It's just not explained well.
Relatively, you know. I got the whole idea where it's like,
there's the bad guy.
He possessed the reporter's boyfriend, you know,
yeah.
the camera guy. I got that with but they didn't. I understood that. They don't explain it well though.
Like, does he know voodoo? Is he also plutonium voodoo man?
But like the New York Ninja shines like a light in his face and like it tears off the mask.
He's like, oh, I'm coming. I gotta take off my skin.
It's back to him again. So it's like, okay, so what happened to that dude?
And he turns into Judge Doom a little bit.
No, yeah, I was like, dude, this guy's giving off Judge Doom vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I'll kill your brother. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, honestly, Brett for a while was telling me that his favorite movie of all time was, obviously it changes for him every now and again, but like his favorite movie for a while was Roger Rabbit.
Oh.
And I was like, that's based.
It is based. That's a genuinely that's one of the best movies.
Yeah. I like how Doom sampled a line from, it sampled like a Jessica Rabbit line, and he's like, that's right, you'll never stop me, you're dead, you're both dead. It was off of Born Like This. Yep, okay. Anyway, before I go off into a Doom tangent, yeah, moving on. That was my 2 picks.
Dr. Doom.
Good
old RDJ.
New mask. Same flask of alcohol to get through this fucking phase of the MCU.
Damn, alright.
Who has 2 thumbs and is gonna not see Doomsday? This guy. I like, as if I didn't make it clear enough in my life that I don't care about the MCU, but I don't like to rag on it too much because I'm just like, oh, fucking whatever.
It's overplayed. Yeah, like. Okay, so Cancer.
Cancer. What was your pick, Ben?
I picked A Monster Calls.
Based on
a book.
I thought it was like a children's book. For like, it was just like
it's
not like, I mean like picture book stuff.
It is a picture book, but it's so okay. So the first version of the book was written by a lady who had cancer.
Okay.
And so I think she wanted to write something for kids to explain how to move on. Okay. But I mean, she passed away with like a basic outline of the book.
Oh, so it was a complete like New York Ninja.
Kinda. And so her friend was like, "Hey, author friend of our author mom, can you finish this book?" Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh. So he did.
Wow.
And then he's like, "Hey, to write the screenplay for the movie. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then they hired
it was a Spanish director who directed something else I'm familiar with. I don't remember what it was though.
Jurassic Park Dominion.
That's a great sign. Okay.
Well, that was way after this too. That was like
okay.
But
okay.
So
yeah.
The plot of the film is a young boy in England has a mom who's dying of cancer, and a tree monster keeps showing up at his house to tell him stories to help him cope. And then because he has some sort of secret he's not telling people, and he hates himself for it. And as in like because at first it's like it's a classic, he's bullied at school.
Yeah.
But you find out he's trying to get the bully to bully him. He wants to get beat up.
Okay.
Like he's staring at them because he wants him because he hates his thing. He wants to be punished for how he's feeling.
Okay.
Which is why like
I like how the movie doesn't outright say that.
Yeah, because toward the end he's like, I can't believe you attacked that bully. Like, but you know what? I'm not gonna punish you. You're not gonna punish me. What's the point in that? And like he's just like dead eye stares at her because like. And then you find out at like toward the end, he's been keeping a secret. He finally explodes at the monsters that he just wants his mom to die already. Because like he can't it's been going on for so like he knows she's not getting better, and like he just wants his pain to end, even if it means losing his mom.
Yeah,
but it's like that's a fairly human wish. I mean, he doesn't want his mom to die. He just wants like,
he just wants the process to be over so he can like
move on,
stop feeling so much turmoil about it. You know?
And
which is a complex idea, you know.
Yeah, and the monster stories, each one they don't make sense in terms of the characters, because like the first one's about a prince who's a murderer, but he's loved by his people. The second one has a really douchey doctor but he's right thinking, and the third one has a man who's invisible, but like the moment he's seen, he's even
more invisible.
Yeah, more alone.
Or is it? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it's like because humans are complicated beasts. Because like he knew his mom wasn't going to get better, but he still held on to hope that she was, even though he knew it wasn't going to happen. And then at the end of the movie, his mom passes away.
And then another scene happens, and I'm just like, "Fuck!" It could have ended really well, and it's just like. It's just like that was the ending shot. And it's just like they ruined that by adding another scene that doesn't add anything.
That's also not in the book.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, why put that there? Cut that shit. You know?
I think they wanted to make sure people understood that it's implied that the mom knows the monster too, which because her father passed away when she was young. So I think the idea is that it's a similar kind of. Which
that's not nearly as impactful though.
No, it's not.
Where it's just like, wow, that sucks. Where it's just like, it could have just ended with like...
Because it's implied she could see him, like, because he's hugging his mom, and she looks right at the monster.
Yeah, no, it's like, okay.
That gives
can be, like, leave that into interpretation, you know?
No.
And then, like, everything is you explain. Have you ever seen Star Wars?
Okay, so here's it. So, you see the shot of the clock? Stop the movie there.
Yep, and then... It'd be a 3.5.
Yeah.
It'd be a 3.5. But like after that, I was like, fuck, damn it, 3.
So, what'd you think of Cancer, the movie?
I thought it was a perfectly average movie. You know,
okay.
It wasn't like directed exceptionally well, but like it did its job. It was just like obviously the director knew what he was doing, but I'm just thinking about it in terms of like, okay, I'm trying to think about this without thinking about the fact that I've kind of seen a lot of elements of this before in previous movies. I'm just kind of like I'm past that now. Yeah, like Super 8, E.T., different stuff about like kind of like children dealing with like complex issues and having a friend to help them, you know, a little bit. Super 8, that's a bit, you know, but the mom's dead and stuff. But like,
I've never seen Super 8. Is it good?
It's good. I feel like. In hindsight, looking back at it, I'll probably give it like a 4 or something. It's a fun movie. The kid actors are actually good in it. That's what I appreciate.
Isn't it?
It's like it's J.J. Abrams' best
like a
movie.
giant spider or something?
It's the creature design in that movie's terrible. It's basically Cloverfield design.
Because I heard it was supposed to be Cloverfield, but they changed it. to be a spider.
That would have been so cool.
But then it's just a spider.
That would okay. That sucks. All right. Quick sidebar. Was Cloverfield like a bad robot production?
Yes, I think so.
Why would you not do that? Okay, whatever. Okay. Back to. But
Cloverfield Paradox.
Fuck. And 10 Cloverfield Lane was pretty good. I remember seeing that with my dad. And that was pretty good.
It's great until
the ending. Yep.
Yeah. Well, she gets out and she sees something in the distance that could be an alien spaceship, or it could be like a human helicopter. It should have ended there.
What is the original ending of Cloverfield Lane?
I think she just got out.
That's pretty much how THX ended, so why not do that, you know?
Because they wanted like a big ending. But it's like, if you want to do that, just make it the Cloverfield monster.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because like there's a big thing above, so why not just make it... It's like a random alien. So why call it Clover?
Honestly, the Cloverfield, it should have been Cloverfield Super 8 and 10 Cloverfield Lane. That should have been the trilogy. That would have been cool.
The Alien trilogy.
They couldn't do it. They had the fucking Cloverfield Paradox.
Well, no. Well, the reason is because they had a movie. It's like, this movie sucks.
This movie's stupid. Make it part of the Cloverfield mythology. Fuck you.
Well, because like, perhaps if it was like the word Cloverfield meant like just like a science fiction story, kind of like loosely science. Mm-hmm. We're getting off topic.
But like, I like how they like do like. Here's how like my movie geek thing, my brain works. It's just like, when they pop out like the when they set up like the projector, like I was just like, is that 8mm 16? I was like, it's playing sound. It's like, oh, it must be 16 then. It's like, and I was just like, oh, okay, so, you know. But that got past that. I was just like, oh, what type of projector is that? Mm-hmm. And but getting past that, I like they show like stuff from King Kong a lot, like drawings of King Kong. They show a clip of the ending of King Kong. And it kind of taps into that kind of childhood thing of like, well, King Kong didn't do anything wrong, you know?
Yeah.
He ate some people, but like he was provoked, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's the classic thing where it's like the monster didn't really do anything. He didn't really ask for any of this, and he still gets punished.
Yeah. Well, I think part of it is that so the kid wants to all his emotions are being bottled up because in that scene he's like. He's watching the film with his mom. He's like, he should just smash them all into a million pieces. And then, like, the next scene, he's, like, smashing a TV.
Yeah.
It's like Joker, when he's, like, in the alley smashing the trash. And then, of course, my favorite scene in the film, he's in the story world with the mom. He's like, break it yourself. And it cuts back to he's smashing all his grandmother's stuff. Yeah, and my grandmother comes in.
As they say in the movie, pretty thoroughly, too.
Yeah, and, like... But the best part of the film is people forget, like, because she lost her husband young, and now her only child is dying.
Yeah,
she's going through basically the same thing he is, but he's not thinking about because he's a kid. Yeah, kids are pretty selfish in general.
Yeah,
but so the one thing that's not broken in the room, she just smashes that against the ground, just like gets up in his face, just stares at him and leaves, and it just goes into her room and cries. Mm. Like, to me. That's the best scene in the film, just acting wise, because like there's barely any dialogue, just facial expressions.
Yeah.
Mwah. Love that film.
Beautiful. Love it. I feel like I don't know. I feel like just like it's kind of there's parts of it that feel is kind of like
cheesy.
No, well, schmaltz. I feel like schmaltzy is the word.
Yes.
You know, where it's just like I don't really connect. It's your cup of tea, not really mine. I guess I really can't connect with that when I feel like it's kind of like semi-manufactured a little bit, where it's like it's meant to not even like I'm saying it's a corporate thing, but like it's meant to like make sure everybody feels like we're trying to like make the emotions as broad as possible so that people can connect with this. I wasn't really for that.
If you want to see corporate, watch the trailer.
Oh really?
It's so not.
How did this movie do at the box office, by the way?
Bad.
Oh.
No one saw it.
Nobody saw it. Okay.
Which is, but like, the trailer is like, it makes it look like an adventure film.
Oh.
Because it's like there's a shot of like the monster saying, "Come on," and it's like, what's that song?
I'm not sure.
It's like the classic kid adventure movie.
Oh. Okay.
And like, it plays a sound clip of his dad saying, "You have to be brave." It's like. No, he doesn't mean going on a mission. He means your mom is dying, so you gotta keep it together.
I feel like
not go on a fun adventure.
I feel like it definitely is talking about like very complex stuff. Mm-hmm. But the film itself is not that complex. You know what I mean? No. I feel like a movie that kind of deals more in like kind of conveying not just the complex emotions of children, but also the complex emotions as human beings as a whole is Where the Wild Things Are by Spike Jonze. That one I saw in the theater. I was like a little kid. And I was just like, oh, it was okay. I didn't really understand it.
Yeah.
But like growing up, I feel like looking back at that movie, and admittedly I haven't seen it since I first saw it at that time. But like it's just like the way the discourse has gone about it. It's just like, wow, that seems like a very very emotionally mature movie. You know.
Well, to me, the reason I know all these problems. There's certain lines that I don't like.
Yeah.
A lot of like, I've heard
it's
that.
Like,
yeah. But to me, what I like about it is, well, partly because it gave me because I first watched this film around 2020 when COVID first hit. Mm-hmm. It was on Netflix. I was like, okay, this looks kind of cool. Got a giant monster. I like those. And the first time I saw it, I was sobbing by the end of it because it got this. It's that schmaltz. It got to me. It got to me. Like because I think the final scene when like he's screaming at the I thought the main kid actor did pretty well with his that final climactic scene, like the big emotional.
Yeah.
He finally just. And also, it's a pretty unique idea of like the kid's guilty because he wants his mom to die. Like,
that's something that's not really explored very often. Like stuff that's like
meant for kids.
Meant for kids, yeah.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and like, but to me, because it helped me through the first year of COVID. Just that whole and like I remember.
Yeah, COVID was that was terrible.
It wasn't great.
That was not fun.
Yeah, and also. We all have those intrusive thoughts.
Yeah, tell me about it, dude.
And there's a line that perfectly sums up intrusive thoughts. It's not important what you think, it's only important what you do. Mm-hmm. I think that kind of sums up how I deal with those. I don't know. It felt just there's some really cool. It is a fairly basic film, but I think there's really cool background things if you notice, because he's with his grandmother driving back to the hospital to see his mom for the last time, and they're stuck because there's a train coming, and like the windows are being covered in water, but it looks like a watercolor because the way the color because like his
I like the way he like constructs this drawing of
the monster that he blows cool.
I like that.
Yeah, because the book's drawings were made like that. I think so. They wanted to give that to the main kid. Yeah, like he's an artist. They gave him as an outlet. I feel like a dichotomy between you and me is that like when we talk about movies about like despair and trying to like deal with it, your answer to that is to watch A Monster Calls, My answer to that is to watch First Reformed again. I've never seen First
Reformed is so good. It's so good.
It's something tell you that's not very schmaltzy.
No, it's not schmaltzy at all.
Yeah.
And it's just like we gotta cover that for another episode. But
okay.
It's so good. It's directed by Paul Schrader, written by him too. It's so good.
Who's that again? I've never heard of this.
Only this great screenwriter of all time.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
And no, it's
I will say with this film, the book is better.
Okay. Yeah.
I know that's a shocking thing to say for films, but the monster was more interesting in the book because he's a lot more of an asshole.
Yeah, unless we're talking about something like very particular, like The Shining or Jaws or The
Jaws
Godfather.
book is terrible.
Have
you read the Jaws book?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
but
it's
like,
so bad.
The 70s was a point where like filmmakers were looking not towards like classic literature, but they were looking towards contemporary literature. It was like, okay, this isn't a great book, but man, wouldn't it be great? If,
it's a cool idea.
It's a cool idea for a movie, though. Giant killer shark.
Although, I love the Shining book.
The Shining's. I remember that was in the class where we met each other. It was in
that was so long ago now.
Yeah, and shout out Anna Mochanki.
Yeah,
and
shout out
Shout out UW Oshkosh.
Hey.
I'm never going back.
Oh.
You can't get me back.
But we miss you though. I mean, I do.
I honestly have some like nostalgia towards Oshkosh. Honestly, despite
the bad food.
The bad food.
The omelets,
honestly, the guy who made them was really chill.
Cool
I like
guy.
the comic shop. I like.
Oh yeah,
you know. I liked watching movies with you.
The Time Theater.
The Time Theater.
What?
The Time Theater. Their setup isn't good.
Free movies though.
Here's the thing.
It's free screenings.
True. I'm kind of spoiled. I grew up around the Cinematheque, so which is like just.
I know, but
they showed stuff.
But that's the first time we saw that one scene of like. And here's an elephant getting his trunk cut open with maggots.
Gamera versus Jiger, yeah.
For no reason, it's like, here's
an elephant getting its trunk slit open with maggots falling out. It's like what the fuck?
That had nothing to do with anything.
Oh my god!
Good times.
Good times. But yeah, what would you rate Monster Calls if that's
the first time I saw it through tears? I would have said a 5.
Okay.
But now that I've seen it several more times, I've looked past my own emotional attachment to it because, like, I love the monster design. I love the monster effects. I love the scenes of his stories being like animated. I love like there's a scene where like the monster like he moves his arm in front and his arm turns into the land that the knights are walking.
Okay.
There's some really cool visuals.
There's some cool transitions. I like the fact that like the hand turns into like just like a shrubbery thing where it's like just branches and stuff. I like that. In the single shot.
But again, I love the monster. I love his voice. I love. I love Liam Neeson's voice. It's not used for like animation a lot. Like it's not like as a voice actor.
It's tweaked too.
Yeah.
It's just like, but
just
you can definitely tell it's him though.
Yeah, and so I love the monster design. I love the monster effects. I love the boy's journey, learning that you have to let everything out. You can't just bottle it up or you'll destroy your grandma's stuff. His dad is like an asshole, kind of.
I feel like they're trying to convey him like, he's just going his own way. He loves his son. It's like it's very clear that he loves his son and the mom, you know?
Yeah, but he has a new family in L.A.
Yeah. Really? That was established that he has a family in L.A.?
Oh, yeah. He's like, your sister, half-sister.
Oh, that they'd never show, yeah.
And like, in fact, they can't bring him to L.A. because they have no room in their house.
Okay.
So it's like,
well, it's like he clearly wants to bring his son with him, you know?
Yeah, because his time we watched it, I noticed there's a scene where like this guy in a suit walks out of the mom's hospital room and realizes, that's a lawyer. So I guess he might want his son now implied.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, it's not really important to the plot. It's just like a background thing. It's more about the son's viewpoint on how everything sucks.
It definitely, for me, it's better near the end.
Yes.
When I'm not saying that's a joke either, it's like, oh my god, thank God it's over, you know. But like, no, there's certain jokes I made where it's like, what was the best part of when it ended? No, but like the last third is definitely where it starts like getting the
last third is when everything culminates into
everything culminates.
Like, where's this going? Like,
it's like I'm just like, okay, where's this going? What's going on here? I'm not really jiving with this, you know. And it's like, yeah, okay, cool, all right,
yeah. I don't know.
It's a fine movie.
I like it because it helped me out during a rough time. It's one of those like therapy movies for me, where it's like, if I'm having a bad day, I'll put on a Monster Calls and relax. Which is for me is like it's probably gonna be something weird. It's
probably a SpongeBob movie. No, probably a SpongeBob movie, yeah. But like I want to space it out so it's special, although it never overstays its welcome, ever. I guess that is, for me it is the SpongeBob movie.
Let's what's a relaxing film that's a sadder, more serious film? Because like this is a relaxing film, even though it's not. It's very depressing.
Jeez, what's that for me?
I mean, of course, by sad I mean more serious things are happening.
More serious things are happening.
Like Django, where like his hands are crushed, kind of like
that kind of thing. That was more genre stuff.
Yeah.
I guess. Right now, Midsummer.
I've never seen Midsummer.
It's really good. I'm one of the few people who likes it more than Hereditary.
I haven't seen that either.
It's I very much enjoyed it.
I haven't seen any film by that director.
Ari Aster is great.
Oh, wait, have I? Because I haven't seen Beau is Afraid either.
I have not seen Beau is Afraid yet. I've seen Hereditary once. I've seen Midsummer twice. I saw it in IMAX, which is the way it's meant to be seen, so you can see like Will Poulter's fat vape rips.
Okay, I'll take your word. But yeah, so the first time I saw it, I gave it a 5. Mm-hmm. I saw it with my mom soon after, and she was crying harder than I am because she's a mom, and obviously, watching because lines like the one where the mom says like, "I wish I could give 100 years to you," made my mom start sobbing uncontrollably, and I felt bad. But that time I think I would have given it a 4, and then this time I gave it a 3. I believe. Did I? Oh, no, sorry, I gave it a 4.
Oh, another one that like tugs on my heartstrings, and I just follow based on like emotion rather than like, let's dissect a movie today. You know, Finding Dory.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, okay, so it's definitely not really my, obviously not my niche, but I really like that.
Your main niche, which is like
game recognized game, man.
Men with radiation powers raping women in a car. It's not Finding Dory.
It's not Finding Dory. But yeah, no, those are the ones. Midsummer and Finding Dory. Those are the ones that I watch for like a more about
trying to just
about serious stuff that's like still a great movie.
Yeah.
So great movies that talk about more serious matters and do it in a very complex way.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to, yeah.
Although I do like Finding Nemo better. Yeah. It's a better movie overall, but I'll watch Finding Dory.
Yeah. So Monster Calls, for me, and also at that time when I first saw it, I was kind of like, I wasn't sure if I wanted to make movies anymore. Oh. Because like I was done my first year.
That's my life right now.
Yeah. Well, because my first college was over, I was like, do I really want to like do this? And then having that just raw emotional experience, so you're like, films can do that.
For you, it's like when it's like the peak, when it's like emotional resonance. Yes. That's when you're like, oh, I want to make movies. For me, it's like when it's like it's so obvious it's a film crew that's shooting this. That's when I'm like, oh, anyone can do this. You know?
That too. But like, obviously, I have that too. But like,
because Evil Dead you loved, so
yeah. Oh,
yeah. That was magical watching that with you.
That was one. Every time I saw something, my heart skipped a beat. It's like,
yeah. It's a filmmaker's film, you know.
Yes. By the way, the accent of a Sigourney Weaver. How was that? She has a pretty.
She was clearly not British, but like she did just fine, you know. I don't know how much that is just the knowledge that it's Sigourney Weaver, you know.
That might be it.
That's probably it, you know.
And I mean, it helps that she helped get the movie made.
That's true.
It was her and Neeson. They both signed on. I was like, oh, okay, we'll fund it.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? And then they made no money. Which I feel bad about. Well, you know. It's got serious topics, but I think
I feel like it
lost to, I think, Avengers 2.
Wrong. Oh.
Well, it was. Oh, dude, the trailers, you gotta watch. It's so bad.
Wow.
It's like
what? Yeah. What came out that summer, right?
I don't know.
Some Avengers.
2014.
2016 was when it came out.
I don't even
Captain America: Civil War.
That explains it.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like Captain America. Your friend killed my mom. What?
We're gonna get so much hate from the Marvel boys.
Who cares? Fuck them.
I haven't seen Captain America since it came out, but I remember that was pretty good.
I remember liking it, but then again,
well acted. I like Spider-Man.
I was 15 when I saw it, so I was like, "Oh, that was a pretty good movie. That was pretty good."
I like Spider-Man.
I like Spider-Man.
I mean,
Spider-Man.
And I will say, I remember it did mention like the fact Tony's parents died in an earlier film. I think.
Yeah.
So the fact they like.
It's like alluded to in like earlier films, like Iron Man 2.
If I were to kill somebody, it would probably be because they killed my mom. Personally, like if someone killed my mom, I'd probably try to kill them. Personally,
honestly, one of my favorite scenes is actually from like, ironically enough, from MCU movies, like one of the worst MCU movies I've heard. Well,
is it
Iron Man 2? Iron Man 2. It's one of my favorite scenes in the MCU.
That's not the worst anymore. It was the worst.
It was, and then
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah. And then like one thing that definitely really was nice was when Tony's dad is talking to him through the film, where he's talking to he's recording himself talking to. It's meant for it was meant to be seen by anybody. He's just talking to the camera during like B-roll stuff, and he's like, my greatest invention is you. I was like, oh. And like he was like, it was really like it was like the most intimate exchange between father and son in their lives.
Yeah, because they barely talked.
Because they didn't really like each other all that much, you know. But like it was that exchange between like it was that kind of like again that rift in time where it's like that where like he tells his son like the most important thing he needed to hear, and it was on a film projector. You know, it's cool. I like it. You know.
There's also Endgame where like he runs into his dad when he.
Yeah, that was whatever.
It was
well, it was like it makes sense they would hug his dad though. So you know.
Yeah, because
like yeah, you can't jeopardize the mission though.
Because he just found out.
Yeah.
So he found out on that day he went back. His dad found out he was having Tony. Like that was the same day.
Oh yeah.
He's like I'm scared shitless. Like I don't know what to do. He's like you're gonna do
and then
okay.
And then between movies, Tony has a daughter too. So you know.
5 years later. I mean.
Yeah. Well, I don't like Endgame. It's like
wow. Okay.
I don't like Endgame. It's not good.
Okay.
But yeah, it's
how would you rate a Monster Calls? We got.
I would rate it a 3. It's perfectly average.
Yes.
Okay.
With some cool stuff in it.
Yeah. So.
But I'm very glad I got to get you to watch it
because you had like a list of movies, right? What that list consist of, by the way?
It was Atlantis: Lost Empire,
Okay.
King's Speech.
Okay. That was really good. That was really good.
Yeah. There's a few that were lost episode ones.
Yeah.
Like
Wolf.
It's Such a Beautiful Day.
Such a Beautiful Day.
Which
I thought I gave the same rating as Monster Calls. I thought Such a Beautiful Day was fine.
Yeah. There's also one where like, God, I wish I knew how to animate.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Like this guy made this whole film by himself over the course of like
inspiring.
10 years.
Imagine if I almost called Aaron Hansen Ego Raptor.
That's weird. That's totally different people.
Two different people. But imagine if he made a movie though. That'd be crazy. But in the style of like a Newgrounds cartoon. If it was
he could do it, but he's not gonna because
he's got Game Grumps. He's got Game Grumps.
Which because I think the last thing he animated was Luigi's Ballad. I think that's the last, and that was like 2011.
Okay,
which is depressing.
I like the thing where like Dan's like, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Oh, thanks, old man. That's really really nice. I can always count on you for help and friendly advice, but I've never seen a sword quite that shape of size. Oh God, that's not a sword. It's your dick in disguise.
That's a great.
I
like the very.
Yes, I can't lie. I have painted my schween. Now grab your destiny. If you know what I mean. Wait a minute, Link. Don't leave the cave. Where do you think you're going? This is the great chance to fondle scrotum as you're blowing.
I like the song where it's like the completely sensical plot of Metal Gear or whatever.
There's
I deliver those papers, yo. Paperboy, what do you do?
There's 3 of those.
Really?
Yeah. The first one's Final Fantasy. Then it's that's Metal Gear, and then it's Kingdom Hearts.
I have a friend.
At the end, he kills himself.
I'm not gonna name names, but I love you, Jake. I have a friend who like loves Kingdom Hearts.
I like Kingdom Hearts too.
No, but like he loves it for like not the Disney stuff, but like the anime stuff.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's just like
that's the opposite of why I like it.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's like when you like it for like the nonsensical lore. What? And it's probably like, his usual comeback would probably be like, "Dude, you like Metal Gear?" I'm like, fair enough.
I mean, Metal Gear
makes a bit more sense. You know?
It has a plot.
Yeah, Donkey was able to explain it, but turns out Eeyore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but
Monster Calls. Check it out. If you have someone you love who has cancer.
Or watch a double feature of Miami Connection. Find your father.
Find your father. Where your mother dies.
Help a criminal escape the authorities with your I Love the Ninja Squad.
Dude, I know it would be amazing.
What?
A pact. We have to make a pact here.
Okay.
If either of us gets cancer and dies, our wish for the Make-A-Wish, we want the songs from Miami Connection to be performed at the Oscars.
I think we can make that happen.
Listen.
Because the Oscars suck.
Yes. And
we need to make it better. Yeah. So I got an idea. Put on Dragon Sound.
Like, I mean, they've done it before where, like, randomly, for 1 year, like, Eminem came on to perform his Oscar-winning song 20 years later.
Mom spaghetti, mom spaghetti, mom spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti, mom spaghetti.
Venom.
Venom. No, ain't gonna know what. Venom.
I think the Oscars step one, need to get a genuinely good host again.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
not Jimmy Kimmel.
Billy Crystal is because he always did a great job.
There's like clip of American Movie where like he's on the TV hosting the Oscars. Like, who are you people? And Mark's watching the TV with his girlfriend, then girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was great because he had a skit where like, all right, tell me a picture of a famous person. I know exactly what they're thinking. And it cut to people in the audience. He'd say something funny, and it cuts to the Michael Clark Duncan, and he goes, I see white people. See, you're laughing.
I see white people.
We need a good host.
No,
that's the key to an Oscar.
And we need it's gonna slap, honestly.
Here's the thing: the Oscars are bad now because the hosting part isn't funny.
Ben didn't just get my joke.
Wait, what happened?
The Oscars in our hands. The Oscars are gonna slap.
Oh, that's fine.
I remember when that happened, and we were just like in class, and we were just talking about it in like film geek nerd class, and we were just like, "So that was crazy, huh?" You know?
I mean, it's not as crazy
as when they
Alec Baldwin shot a lady.
Yeah, that also happened. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
I remember I first heard about it. I was in like a little cubicle. It was 2 a.m. I was studying because I'm an idiot. And I looked at my phone. I was like, "Oh, he killed someone. Cool." Wait, what? I literally put my phone down. Mm-hmm. Wait, what? And then I read the article. What happened?
That's wow.
That was that 2022?
I think that was 2021 or I'm not sure.
It doesn't matter. He still shot a lady. But
yeah, no.
And he got away with it.
That's a whole can of worms. I'm not ready to open.
I am.
I don't know enough about it, so.
Basically, the person in charge of the gun props.
Yeah, it wasn't like what was like their first film. They didn't know what they were doing, right?
And they left actual live rounds in the gun, like an idiot. Mm-hmm. And so like Alan Baldwin was just doing. And then
yeah, like, I'm not saying anything because we don't know. I don't think I haven't looked into it enough where it's like
I have.
Okay, what are the let's okay.
Basically, the reason Alec Baldwin is in trouble because
let's okay. I want to know why he's in trouble
because he was the producer.
Okay,
so he hired that person. He was in charge of the crew.
Gotcha.
And the fact that she was so not good at their job.
Okay,
and of course it wasn't his fault. It was in there. He didn't try. No.
It was not. Obviously, it was not. No.
It was just bad management.
Bad management. Okay.
So
like basically like.
I think she could get at least a fine or something.
Yeah, seriously.
Like just say, like he didn't
some
want
sort
to
of settlement. I don't know.
Yeah, but
wow.
Anyway, Monster Calls.
Ha ha. Well, okay, that's a cheery movie.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, it's good to record another episode.
I'm very happy I finally got you to watch this movie.
Yeah, another
even
one.
If you didn't like it.
I liked it. A 3. Why is it that like a 3 is that like I hated this movie? A 3 is like
because
average.
Adam ruined film ratings because every ad is like this is a 6 out of 10.
He said like he likes movies and he gives them 6 out of 10s, man.
But he hates films and gives them 6 out of 10s too.
Really?
Yeah, there's times like I didn't like this film at all much, but it's a 6 out of 10.
Okay, all
right.
Which
I can't tell if that's genuine anymore.
Yeah, no, yeah. Ratings are arbitrary. Ratings are stupid anyway.
He has a T-shirt now that says 6 out of 10
because he gives a lot of them.
Yeah, that's like his meme on his channel where it's like, oh, there's one time he did like a person's movie. He's like, this is the biggest piece of shit ever. Everyone who made this film should be ashamed. I'm giving this a 6 out of 10.
And it's just like for me,
I know you liked
3 is like middle of the road. You know,
it was fine.
Yeah,
it was good.
It was good. It was fine. And there's times I'll I don't know. I rate things how I rate things, and
you do it
deal
wrong.
with it.
You do it wrong. No.
Do it wrong.
You do it right. As you give every film I like a 5.
When I give something a 5, I don't do it with like the implication of perfection. That's why I always say. Is like if I give something a 5, it means I loved it to death.
Like you liked it,
like,
even if it like,
and say even if it has problems, you know.
And say with that Adam gives things with a cool cat.
Yeah,
10 out of 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he doesn't actually think cool cats.
Last thing I gave a 5 was like Spinal Tap. It's not the best movie ever, but it's hilarious. I like it.
Great film.
I love it. 11 out of 11. They just go to 11. But yeah.
Well, I mean, yes, but you could make it go to 10 and just make 10 louder. But
Base go to 11. And like my dad and
Thanks, Rob Reiner.
That's the movie my dad and I bond with the most. Where it's
a
like,
good one.
because he loves hair metal. I just love like mockumentaries, you know.
Mike.
And so he was just like, well, I don't know. I just love the movie, but like. Not mock. Stonehenge.
The tiny little stone.
There's
The tiny little.
the little dwarves and just dancing around it, and we always joke where it's like, wah, wah. Sometimes we'll just be like, the Druids. No one knows who they were or what they were
Like the guy in
doing.
the guitar looks up at it like.
Yeah. But like sometimes the funniest line in our opinion is like, no one knows who they were or what they were doing. So we just love
I haven't
that
seen it
one.
in years, but
It's
I
so
gotta rewatch
funny.
it.
Rob Reiner, great stuff. I like it more than Stand By Me. And Brett's going to hate me for that, but I feel like it's valid.
Do you like it more than The Princess Bride?
I like it more than The Princess Bride.
Whoa.
I think I give Princess Bride like a 4 or something.
Whoa.
I don't know, it's a 4. It's between Princess Bride, but like between a 4 and a 5.
Whoa. I'm just going to keep saying whoa.
What did Carl Reiner do? I watched a movie
Carl
recently by
Reiner
him.
was the sidekick in Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius.
I'm sorry. Oh no, Carl Reiner directed The Jerk, and I really like The Jerk. With Steve Martin. And he also directed...
It's the cans!
It's the... Yeah, these are defective cans. I love it so much.
That's the one line I know.
He directed a really offensive, funny movie called Where's Papa?
Oh.
He directed a movie with John Candy called... A really underrated John Candy movie called Summer Rental, and he directed this movie with the guy from NCIS called Summer School. Okay. It's this guy. If fucking Letterboxd will load.
We got problems with Letterboxd.
Mark Harmon.
Mark Harmon.
He was like Gibbs in
Gibbs.
NCIS, and aka my grandpa's favorite show.
And
but
that's the most grandpa show ever.
It is the most grandpa show. But yeah, I feel like the best way to wrap up is
Goth girl in it.
Listen, Movie Goblins.
Movie Goblins.
Friends for eternity, loyalty, honesty. We'll stick together through thick or thin. See you next time.
Bye. Bye.